Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of This Is Our Life. I have a couple of questions on all recipes that I'm waiting for answers for. Got one answer about creamy turnips. Somebody suggested creamy turnips.
Very strong tasting.
That's what I thought. Well, this video is about Garrett, whatever you want to call him. See, there used to be this guy named Garrett, who was a writer back in the day. We have one of his books. But he was a good guy. But this Garrett fellow, I'm definitely not going to call him a man. And your frizzy hairdo, that went out in the 70s, bud. You're a member of the Ian Freeman cult. You and the majority of the people in Keene, you're not getting anything accomplished. Okay, you're making enemies. You're definitely making enemies. But you're not getting anything accomplished. You're not showing the bad side of the state, because people see what you do, how you behave. But you and Ian just don't get it, do you? You have the CAC, you rule it with an iron fist, not unlike Stalin. Because before you, I never had a problem going over there. But then we had some pretty normal people before. Yeah, your family doesn't want you living with them. You don't know the basic rules of civility, so you can't stay at a homeless shelter. I don't know if you know about homeless shelters in Keene, but they're easy to stay in. Because of one of the former activists in Keene, we went to a homeless shelter because this guy was scary. He pulled guns on people. He punched and choked people. He kicked people. Yet y'all don't have a problem with him. That's because you're nuts, because you have some thought disorder going on. You can't stay in one of the Keene homeless shelters, which is easy to stay in because you don't know the rules of civility. You can't get a regular job because you can't follow any rules, and you're an arrogant asshole. No, I look what Dave Ridley does. Dave Ridley does some good work. He does great work. But he is exposing the police, the fire, or not so much the fire, but to some degree, some of the firefighters have misbehaved. The politicians, the bureaucrats, he exposes them. That's not what you do. You make a fool of yourself. It's that simple. And, you know, that guy that supposedly hit you in Keene? Good. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. But then you have all these other people, all these other activists in Keene that actually use violence, and you don't have a problem with them. But you have a problem with me because I'm unstable. You're unstable, buddy. You're the one who needs to see the shrink. I'm pretty damn stable. You know, I haven't committed an act of violence since high school. Do you know how many years ago that was? Do you know how many decades ago that was? Yet you have people who are violent in Keene. Activists. People who go to the CAC. And you don't have a problem with them. Hypocrite. Like I said, I think you have some thought disorders going on. Now, I've seen some good activism in Keene. Cop Block, for example. Not everybody involved with Cop Block is good, but the people who started Cop Block are good folks. But, you know, we know you, Garrett. And, you know, you're a member of Ian Freeman's cult. You're one of his minions, and So go ahead and do what he tells you to do, even if you don't realize he's telling you what to do, and you're doing what he tells you to do. Idiot.